materials to produce satay. On top of that, also Puan Zainal have also automated the satay processing by implementing with the IoT component to accelerate the satay processing time. Now they could produce 7,000 stick satay daily compared to 2,000 stick satay daily. These have actually reduced the process time cycle to 15%. Hence, during MCO, she was better prepared and able to continue with her business with minimum interruptions and even saw her sales grow. Okay, next slide. I would like to share the story about Sarai Group. Sarai Group is a family-owned multi-brand, multi-cuisine food and beverages that established in 1990. And now they have 12 stores. Initially, they started their operation by doing manual sales data collection across all its outlets nationwide. Manual data entry is inaccurate. It takes a very long time to complete and a lot of resources spent for transactional type of work. On top of that, there is also high tendency of making error whenever a large volume of data have been processed. Sarai Group have implemented the solution to smoothen the process of extracting sales data from its post terminal and conducting a data analytics to understand the market trend and also the customer behavior that they can help their company to make informed business decisions that have actually helped Sarai to increase their revenue and also improve their business. Okay, this slide from Amdac point of view and also from digital economy standpoint, based on the best experience that we have been working with brick and mortar and also traditional businesses, we have crafted out a simple SME digital journey. But then again, there is no one way of doing this. It is just a simple guide. The first thing that you can look at going digital is to have digital presence online. This is as easy having a simple website or being present on social media such as Facebook, Instagram. And the moment you have online presence, you will have the opportunity to promote your brand up there. Secondly, now you have immediate real-time information in terms of the customers that you have engaged immediately once you have gone online. This will be the opportunity for you to conduct the online transactions. And the next bubble is to explore the e-commerce platform today. When you look at the current situations, this is where can be a stepping stone for you to get into the digital economy. So later on, my colleagues, Yazmeen, will be sharing a little more about e-commerce. So the third bubble is now you have actually done this, you should be able to see some of the revenue being generated from your online business. And moving forward, the next two bubble make a lot of sense to you. Now is on the back end operation, such as the HR, payroll, accounting, management, inventory may be challenging to you. And this is where you should look at digital solutions that can actually help you to improve your efficiency of your business operations. If all this you have experienced and benefited, then the advanced technology, such as the big data, blockchain, will make a lot of sense to you. I'm not saying that the advanced technology only apply much later. For example, data analytics can be part of your e-commerce where you need real-time data to understand who do you target in terms of your customers. Later on, I will explain towards the second part on the financial incentive. Persona. So this is the digital maturity. When we want to craft the program or funding or incentive, we need to understand the digital maturity of the companies. Digital maturity is very important for Amdac because SME can be large company or medium size, but if their digital maturity is at awareness level, then the SME can start the digitalization journey with digital presence. The first one in business starting journey, they are always aware, but they do not know where to start. The second persona is more to basic. They understand the digital presence using the basic tool, such as the basic digital marketing tools and so on. And the third persona is more on the operational, like HR, payroll, inventory, because one, they have actually benefited and experienced the benefit of digitalization, that is where they actually start to look at that. And lastly is, of course, if they want to innovate to lead, they will actually look at the advanced technologies, which is artificial intelligence, blockchain, and so on. And most of the businesses falls under the first, second, and also third persona, and a bit more falls under the fourth persona. So we do our program, we will chart where they fit, who can join, and it's easier for us to see. Let me walk you through what is a 100 Go Digital Coaching Workshop. So 100 Go Digital Coaching Workshop is actually to assist businesses to level up their digital maturity via a series of coaching workshops, so that businesses will gain the necessary skill, knowledge for practical digital adoptions guidance. So most of the time that we get a lot of feedback from the SMEs, they have actually attended quite a number of webinars. And from their input and feedback, they say that the webinar are actually providing a lot of theoretical knowledge to them. Not even one of the webinar able to provide some of the practical digital adoptions guidance to them, especially on the step-by-step, and to handhold them on the suitable digital solutions they can implement. So that's why the objective of this 100 Go Digital Coaching Workshop, right, is to help SME to identify their digitalization need, and also to provide a practical digital adoption guidance on the curated digital solution package that are easy and fast deployable, so that it is easier for them to synchronize to the existing system and to help them to manage their daily business operations. Secondly, is actually to provide the recommendation on the next step for businesses to scale up their business operations by moving up the technology value chain. The outcome that we're actually looking at, we want to increase the digital literacy, and also we want to uplift the digital capability among businesses. And we want to have a boost of self-confidence among businesses to outline their business strategy to adopt digital. A clear digital adoptions strategy is crucial for businesses to streamline process, and also to make use of technology to enhance their interactions with customers, and also to deliver customers' experience at the same time. And most importantly, we want businesses to obtain coaching in the right directions of adopting the digital solutions. For 2021, we are targeting to get 100,000 businesses to be benefited from our coaching workshop. There are 3 stages that businesses will go through for this 100 Go Digital Coaching Workshop. First of all, businesses will be shared the latest digital trend impacting the industry, and also case study of success businesses that have digitalized, so that businesses can emulate their digital business model by learning the experience from their peers. Businesses also will gain the necessary skill to help them to understand their business pain point, know-how, and also in a specific area of digital transformations. The second step is actually on the recommendations. Businesses will receive the recommendations that consist of the next step that can digitalize based on 100 Go Digital Journey, right? And some of the suggestions to refine the digital strategy. And the third phases is on the tracking and monitoring. Businesses will receive an extended coaching assistant from digital coaches in ensuring that they are on the right track for digital adoptions. So some tweaking and also customizations, adopting and also training, and finally the SME were able to achieve the breakthrough. That is where they will level up in terms of digital maturity. Beside that, the SME will receive more advice in the event that they would like to scale up the businesses with bigger digitalizations projects. This is actually the EDM for the 100 Go Digital. If you are interested to participate, kindly log on to the website www.amdac.com.my at 100 Go Digital. Okay, this is something that are very interesting, right? We just actually launched this SME Digital Guidebook. This is a guide for SME to basically to understand their digital readiness and also the opportunity to go digital. The playbook would provide a simple suggested solutions to guide the SME on their journey. The guidebook is available for two sectors at this point of time, which is retail and also F&B. The objective of this guidebook is to be the first point of reference for SME that are interested to embark on digital adoptions, and also to provide the latest trend that will impact the SMEs, right? On top of that, also it provide a guide for SME to kickstart their digital journey. In the future, Amdac is planning to develop more guidebook from other industry sectors in order to increase their digital literacy of the SME, and also to provide more suggestions in terms of the simple solutions that the SME can consider to implement. For the participants that are interested to download the SME guidebook, do feel free to visit our 100 Go Digital website, which I have actually shown in the previous slide. Okay, this is the second part of my presentations. I will walk you through one of the grant, which is called the SME Business Digitalization Grant. This grant was announced during Budget 2020, and also it mentions during Penjana. And this, I would say, a good opportunity for businesses to kickstart their digital journey. For example, for SMEs, right, you're probably wondering, where do you start? If your investment is small and you're looking for quick wins, this grant is suitable for you. Look at the right-hand side. This grant is led by BSN and also supported by Amdac. BSN role are to manage and also to disperse the grant, while Amdac role is to provide digital advisory as well as the digital solutions in 7 key digitalizations area, such as digital marketing, electronic point of sales, and so on. This is some of the low-hanging fruit that the SME can actually look at in terms of where you can start. This is the matching grant up to 5K, and you can actually see that the criteria is the company must be 60% owned by Malaysian, and even if you are 1 year old, right, you can actually take advantages for this grant. And the link here will direct you to BSN website and also Amdac website, so that you can actually find out more about this process, whereby when you go into this website, you can actually get connected with the technology solution providers that have been already vetted through by Amdac. So in terms of the process flow, you can access to the previous link and also download a list of technology solution providers and have the conversations with them and get the information in terms of their offering and also services on how the solutions able to address your immediate business need. Fill up the complete application form with the required documents and submit the application form to the technology solution providers. The technology solution provider will assist to compile the application form for SME, and they will facilitate to submit the applications to the bank. Hence, this process have eased the burden of the SME to submit to the bank directly, and also they will help them to help the SME to follow up the application status. The TSP will be the main contact to follow up with the bank, and once the SME application is approved, the SME will need to pay 50% of the total project cost, and the bank will disperse another 50% to the TSP to kickstart the implementations of the project. On your right-hand side, these are the list of documents that the SME need to prepare prior to the submissions of the grant applications. With that, I would like to pass the control back to the MC team. Thank you so much.
So, hi everybody. Good afternoon. So, I will be giving you a briefing on e-commerce initiatives from Mdec. So, my name is Yazmeen. Thank you for introducing us so well, Tim. And I'm part of the Go e-commerce team right now in Mdec. And before I go into the agenda today, which is about 3 things, the e-commerce initiatives by Mdec, a little bit more on the Go e-commerce platform, and some sharing on our e-commerce entrepreneurs and businesses. I just want to give you some overview on the e-commerce industry in Malaysia right now. So I'm sure you have read, throughout the news and online on all the things that has been happening, but this is a summary of what has been happening lately. So this is as of January 2021. As you can see, the B2C, the business to consumer e-commerce has increased very much so in the past year. It's 13.1 million for the number of people purchasing consumer goods online. And the worth of it is about 4.446 billion. And since April, there has been an increase in about 30% of the online sales, largely due to the MCO, the pandemic. The top product categories for e-commerce so far that we have seen through many research reports is 3 areas. The first area would be electronics, fashion, electronics. Second would be fashion, and third would be health and personal care. So for instance, if any of the businesses out there like you are interested to go into e-commerce, these would be the areas to explore. For example, for the electronics, the top goods would be handphones, tablets, accessories, electronic home appliances. And for fashion, it's more towards the home attire and athleisure. There's a new term, athletic leisure. You exercise at home nowadays. And for, according to Lazada, fashion products right now is more focused on the local brands instead of international brands. For health and personal care products, it really shot up in the last year because of a need for health supplements, for vitamins and things like that. And again, according to Lazada, 120,000 Malaysian businesses in the past 18 months have joined as new sellers since the pandemic. And this is a 300% increase from past years. So it's really been booming e-commerce lately, and it's important for us to do it well. So I will now go into sharing into some of Amdac e-commerce initiatives. A major initiative by us would be this National E-commerce Strategic Roadmap that we launched last year. This is a huge effort to drive the Malaysian e-commerce adoption. It's a fairly comprehensive roadmap framework programs that we have done together between public and private stakeholders. And it's an effort to, bring everybody to the same table, align ourselves, and also put KPIs to ourselves so that we achieve, good things for the e-commerce industry. So since we have launched this, we have done many meetings with all the stakeholders, especially from the industry, and in collaboration with MOSTI, KKMM, Matrade, SME Corp, and more. So we also recently launched the NESR, National E-commerce Strategic Roadmap 2.0, to give an update on all the programs that we are doing and how we are expanding our programs, as well as the progress update so far. Hopefully, we will be able to share with you the study by end of the year. So from there, the NESR, this is how Mdec organize ourselves together and do these major e-commerce programs. For example, e-usahawan, Pedas, Go e-commerce, as well as a campaign called Belanjawan 2021. Maybe some of you have attended briefings on this campaign because it's very big. Since July it started, and it's going to go throughout until the end of the year, targeting 300,000 businesses. So I will share with you how each of these programs work currently. For the e-usahawan program, we have started since 2015. We have trained about 400,000 over businesses and entrepreneurs. So this is primarily to create awareness, to teach, to guide, and to coach people who are interested to use e-commerce as a startup, or for those who already have businesses to expand their business. So with all these 400,000 people that we have trained and coached, we also record their e-commerce sales at least for the 3 months after the program, leveraging on our trainers and lecturers nationwide. So in this program, you will be able to get hands-on knowledge for things like Facebook, how to sell via Facebook business, using Instagram, how to onboard Lazada and Shopee, and other things in the digital marketing knowledge. So for your information, the modules we have, all these are online. It can be, you can access them anytime for free, and you can learn by yourself and also get certificates. And all these modules are certified by Ofqual, regulations organization in the UK. So feel free to put in your questions in the Q&A or chat as we go along. So the e-Usahawan program, there's two types. One is for businesses. It's a one-day program, and it can be done online or face-to-face. It can be done in either language or both. And we will continue the tracking of sales for the e-commerce of these participants for at least 3 months after the training, and there are no fees required. So the other part of e-Usahawan is called e-Usahawan Muda, where we actually have integrated our syllabus with a majority of the public universities and TVETs. So lecturers will deliver this content to their entrepreneurial diploma students or degree students. So they will also utilize this program and the online modules to get certificates. The next program I would like to share is the PEDAS program. The difference between this program and e-Usahawan is that this one focuses on rural businesses and entrepreneurs. So anyone who lives in rural areas can benefit from this program. It is also a training and coaching program, and we used to deliver this program through centers, physical centers called Pusat Internet Desa, PID, as our locations to deliver these programs. But now we are pivoting to more online delivery. So through this program, PEDAS has helped about 5,000 over businesses and entrepreneurs, and so far onboarded them to e-marketplaces, and they're actually selling and earning incomes from there already. So it's also a one-day program, but it has continuous online coaching and assistance. We have branding and packaging guidance, because we find that a lot of these rural entrepreneurs and businesses, they have good products. They have also, their knowledge for marketing can be improved, but the branding and packaging, they need guidance. So we have recently launched something called PEDAS Pack, where we have created a standardized high quality packaging that rural businesses can buy at a very subsidized fee. So they can use this without having to worry too much on branding and packaging, and start off their business in a better way. So we also help them onboard e-marketplace, like Lazada, Shopee, Zalora, and many others, with no fees required. So the third program is the Good E-commerce platform. So we have all these programs that we train, we onboard, and all this will be centralized at a system, at an online platform, which hopes to be, currently it's been there since 2018. It's continuously in improvement mode. So the goal of this platform is to be the one-stop center for e-commerce information, so that any business or entrepreneur who is looking for a guidance on how to onboard e-commerce can come to this platform. So currently it has about 420 businesses registered, and at any given time, there's always about at least 100 to 200 people using it on logged in, because of the online learning learning management system that we have. And also we have tools like simple e-commerce tracking, sales tracking that businesses can use. And we always try to update with the latest news and events or articles, videos, infographics, whatever we can find on e-commerce. So I hope that everybody here will go and register at Go E-commerce and stay with us on our journey, because we are always adding on content and features of new products and services as well. So currently, Go E-commerce is the overall brand, the centralized platform for all these initiatives. For example, like the ones I mentioned, E-Usahawan and Pedas, and the Belanjawan 2021 campaign that we are doing this year. Past campaigns also includes like Penjana, Go E-commerce Expo, EDX, Asian Online Sales Day. And if you know, we have a very famous e-commerce expert called Carol, and she has this Ask Expert YouTube channel, which always gives really good tips and tricks of techniques for e-commerce. Hope you can subscribe to her channel as well. This is a glimpse into the Go E-commerce learning management system. So we have about 100 online modules. This means that you can access ebooks, you can access videos. There are some in English and BM to make it easier. And these are all being developed by 34 subject matter experts that we have gathered from industry and the academia. So all these have been well thought through, and we are expanding to add things like how to sell via Taobao, how to sell with TikTok, and whatever latest ways of using e-commerce, we will try to put it into the LMS. This is also accessible to anyone, and you don't have to pay anything. You can just join and access and download certificates like this. Certificate of completion, then you can have your module like introduction to e-marketplace or onboarding to Lazada, like this one. And this is an example of what you will see if you access the online module for introduction of marketplace. So you'll have a video, ebook, and some very simple questions, like 2-3 questions that you can do, then you will get a certificate already. So this is a brief on the current campaign. It's already started. The target, as I mentioned, is about 300,000 businesses to help them onboard all our partner e-marketplaces, about 30 of them. And there are 2 campaigns, micro and SME e-commerce onboarding campaign, also the Shop Malaysia online campaign. So I hope that if there's any sellers in this group who have joined us today, please join this campaign and try to get as many incentives as you can as provided by our partner platforms. If you need further information, just feel free to either reach out directly or through Tim, and we can give you more information. You can also go to mdec.my/Belanjawan2021 to get some information and also register your interest. We currently have onboarded half of the 300,000 SMEs, so there's more to go. Hopefully, you are interested to join. And this is the past e-commerce campaign that we did last year, which was really successful and generated 1.87 billion of sales via all our e-marketplaces partners, as well as helped 33,000 businesses. So hopefully this year is a lot bigger goal, and we hope to achieve this as we're already halfway there. So if I hope that excites you, these campaigns. If not, maybe these stories on our e-commerce entrepreneurs may excite you a little bit. So yes, we have onboarded so many businesses and entrepreneurs. There are many success stories. These are some of the ones that we would like to share with you. For example, Natalie, she has a business called Montana Merchandise, and with using the e-commerce e-usahawan program, after that she managed to improve on her branding and packaging and how to position her product imaging and storytelling. So this helped to increase her sales quite a lot. Another example is Sarah, who also expanded her food business, baking business via online, where she used to do it just face-to-face or via stalls. But with an online presence and using Facebook, Google Ads, she really expanded and sales went up to 250% more as compared to before. Another example would be Suhana and also Siti Zubaida. Siti Zubaida, she had an aquarium business, but she really wanted to diversify on how she can get more income with this business. And with e-Usahawan program, she met many of her other participants and the lecturers there who gave her more ideas on how to expand. She has now expanded the channels and products of her businesses as well. Mr. Liu, he is in the coffee business. So of course, you can see many coffee businesses out there currently, either just brick and mortar or through WhatsApp or Instagram or whole shops online. And he also leveraged on e-commerce by using Facebook page alone, and this increased his sales up to 10,000 a month. So he was really happy with what he learned in e-Usahawan program, and currently has 20 staff working in his company. So last but not least is Encik Hilmi, who was very interested in handicraft from wood, and he developed products from when he was young, but he didn't know how to sell. So he was just selling again in his own community face-to-face. But when he went online, he really started to expand his business as well. So yeah, I hope that sharing benefited the team, the participants here, and please feel free to ask questions. We have a Q&A session after this.
Okay, thanks so much, Yazmeen. All right, so there are a few questions actually already. So we'll go through them as quickly as possible. So I think one of the questions, I think this would be for Stanley. What are the prerequisites to apply for the SME grant?
Okay, the prerequisite, right, to apply for the SME grant, so it actually spell out very clearly at Amdac and also PSM website. So one of the criteria that the companies need to, when they want to apply, right, must be 60% by Malaysians. And then in terms of the operations, they need to be like in operation at least half a year. So these are some of the prerequisites for the SME to apply for the grant.
All right, thank you so much. Also, there's another question: are service providers able to register for the Go 100 digital program?
Okay, for service provider, right, they can actually register, but at this point of time, we have actually closed off the registrations because we have actually gotten quite a number of significant digital coaches to help us to do the coaching sessions. But then again, having said that, just stay tuned for our second batch. Once we open it up, right, we will make an official announcement via Amdac website. So just stay tuned and check on our website.
I think there's also one more question: that do service provider businesses with less than 1 year, are they able to register for the Amdac grant?
Okay, for service provider, right, that are less than a year, if let's say they're able to fulfill all the requirements, then do feel free to apply for it. If let's say they're unable to fulfill the requirement, no worry, because this grant is actually open for 4 years. Because recently with the announcement by the government, there will be an additional of 100 million of grant that have been allocated under this initiative. So if let's say you're unable to meet the criteria, don't worry. There's time for you to actually build up your capabilities, and then you can come back to Amdac and apply for it.
Okay. Yes. Great, Stanley. How to be registered as a TSP, especially the new startup that may not have 100 invoices. Thanks.
For new startup that they do not have the 100 invoices, right? So invoices is for us is we are actually referring to the clients that they have successfully helped. If let's say they don't have 100 clients, right? So they need to actually work hard to achieve that. So once they achieve the 100 clients, then they can come back to apply to become our TSPs.
Excellent, thank you. So I think this question is for Yazmeen. Yazmeen, e-usahawan, who can join this program, and how do you enroll to go for the Go e-commerce learning program?
So for the e-usahawan program, we have an allocation every year on how many to train. To join, you just reach out to us. As long as you're a Malaysian and above 18 years old, you can just write into us and register for the program. For the Go e-commerce learning program, you can actually go now, mdec.my/go e-commerce, register and access all the 100 online learning modules now. Yeah, it's available anytime. Self-paced learning.
I think there is a question here. Once we register, what kind of help can they get? Is it a one-to-one basis coaching? I believe it is, right? I think Stanley, you highlight. Stanley or Yazmeen, you want to take this?
Okay, sure. So for the e-commerce programs, right? Once you register for e-usahawan program, we will match you to trainers. This is for next year. For this year, it's already finished. For next year, we have another cycle of the training, and as long as you register, we hope to get you in the program. So there will be an online class with the trainer for a day, and after that, you can still have access to the trainer to get tips or advice for as long as you can. Just kacau the trainer as much as you want.
All right, thank you so much, Yazmeen. Okay. So anyway, to our attendees, right? If you have any questions in terms of what Mdec has covered today and what Sidec will cover later, right? Don't worry, there's a feedback form for you later. You can just fill it up, and my team and I, Ken and Kelvin will reach out to you. Or myself will reach out to you, and we can help you to facilitate which program if you're not sure which one to go, we'll help you in the facilitation process. Okay, I think there's another question. I think Dr. William, are you there? I think this question is directed to you. What's the difference between SME Association and SAMENTA?
This is from Ruby. Hi, thanks Ruby for asking the question. I think we are both associations for SMEs. Our full name is actually SME Small and Medium Enterprises Association. So the other association is Small and Medium Enterprise without the S. So it's just a technicality. So these are the two major SME associations in the country. As you have said, SAMENTA has been around for 35 years. So and the other association is about, I think, 15, 20 years. Otherwise, I think there's a lot of similarity in what we do. We both do work together once in a while on multiple projects to support SMEs in the country.
Right. Yeah. Ruby. Thanks so much, Dr. William. Hope that answers the question. So to reiterate again, what we are doing here today, myself and my team, we actually assist retailers, food and beverage business owners in their digitalization process. So we look at programs together with Mdec, Sidec, MPC for digitalization opportunities for retailers and food and beverage owners. So that is our role here, and we're here to assist. So thank you very much to Yazmeen and Stanley for your sharing session. Right now, I'd like to introduce our third speaker for the day. So our third speaker today is Mr. Yong Kai Ping from Selangor Information Technology and Digital Economy Corporation. Let me give a quick introduction about Kai Ping and Sidec. So Kai Ping is the Chief Executive Officer of Sidec. And previously, he's also the CEO of CTEC, which is the predecessor to Sidec. Sidec is, of course, the Selangor government agency established to drive digital transformation of Selangor as an ASEAN digital hub. They focus on three key sectors which in the digital economy in Selangor, namely e-commerce, startup, and SME digitalization. They are tasked to nurture digital talents and narrow the digital divide in Selangor. It also aims to accelerate Selangor startups to become regional tech icons. By empowering Selangor businesses and digitalization of SMEs, Sidec promotes digital investment and inspire emerging technologies to thrive in Selangor.
Yeah, thanks to Tim and also to William, and also the members of SAMENTA joining us today. I think as my fellow panelists, Stanley, Yazmeen has described just now the importance of visualization. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about the matching grant later, and also about the reality of where we are as of today. Yes, I think the we have been talking about importance of IR 4.0 and digitalization, but like it or not, the biggest pusher, the initiator now towards the digitalization is unfortunately COVID pandemic. And when we talk about the digitalization, that often we would think about that Malaysian has a very high usage of social media. We actually upload, I think Malaysia will be in the top 3 in the world, top 3 or top 5 in the world. We actually upload 4 videos per minute in YouTube. And then, and then of course, everybody thought that when we talk about digitalization, it's all about e-commerce. So everybody was buying in, in Shopee, Lazada. So this is it. That's the digitalization. But in fact, when you look at our figures of usage of ICT tools and systems, actually we are very low compared to the performance of we have all this hardware. We really like mobile phones. We have practically 2 phones per person. But then when we talk about the usage of ICT tools and systems, finance and accounting just account for 50% of the our SMEs, HR 28%. And then lower again, and until ERP, it's only 10.5%. So the challenge is that we have so many, we know that the digitalization is important. We have lots of program. In fact, Malaysia like to think about to centralize everything. We have a program from Amdac, we have a program from Sidec, and stuff like that. So everyone think about there are so many things that keep on happening. But then why is our digitalization, the rate of digitalization, if you look at in our business, it's still very low. And you look at that at the current moment, our digitalization rate of the economy, we are talking about 20%, but previously maybe 10 to 15%. And then the jump is basically due to COVID, right? Because of the circumstances. And I know that a lot of businesses have suffered throughout the last 2 years. COVID has made us realize that how important is that, how do we visualize? But the challenge that there's still a lot of hindrance, challenge. I think a lot has to come back to we should look at our inner self, that have we really been really embracing all this support, because we have so many handhold programs, right? Okay, but then if you look at the Northern Asia, look at Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, Japan onwards, 95% of the businesses are on cloud. For us in Southeast Asia, is we maybe with just 5 or 10% of businesses is on cloud, right? So I think that's an important challenge to us. And then when we look at the current digitalization of economy, so a lot of people will always get at this kind of a typical mainstream thinking about, wow, we have a few big players already. So market is this already. So but then if you look at that, 80% of our economy is still not being digitalized yet. So I think the essence of a digital economy is that there always will be disruption. There's always will be challenge. So as Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, just always talk about his famous quote is that your profit is my opportunity. So there's always been disruption happen. So we are not talking about just being a digitalized on my business. I'm putting my having digital presence. Putting my products and services on sales, on e-commerce. I already digitalized. I achieved certain businesses. No, we are talking about a higher level of digitalization. Yes, I know the environment is challenging, but we should have a bigger perspective where we are looking at the recovery phase towards a post-COVID situation. How our business grab this opportunity to be the first winner, to run first as soon as the COVID, the pandemic situation is going to be subside, and we're looking at that currently. We're going to live with the potentially the pandemic for some times before on towards that. So I think the challenge as my panelists have been talking about, I think they have spelled out very clearly about the importance of having all this digital journey, happening. And the challenge now is how do we embrace this? How do we achieve a higher, not only having this presence, not only digitalization, but how do we digitalize our model, transformation our model into what we call that the merging of online and offline business into totality of seamlessly integration into an OMO model, right? Okay, offline merging with online, online merging offline is totally. And then the challenge is how do we break through of all this fear about lack of knowledge? The other challenge is lack of human resource. So I need to find someone to work for me, and then I'm not certain about the ROI. The day I still look at some of the forum talking about whether the world without ink, without printer, we are printing kind of documents. So, and then of course I think the main challenge will be the lack of will from the top management. We haven't really heard about the failure of digitalization, but we often heard about the half-baked, the non-see-through of the digitalization. But those who've gone through the digitalization process, although it's challenging, but then they will tell you that their business has improved, efficiency has improved more than 30% and above. So I think it's important that how do we get through this, and then not only having this digitalization, but we are looking at how do we digitalize the whole business, the economy, because there's still 80%, in the market to be digitalized. So the opportunity is there. And then the big player is not going to stay forever. You look at Yahoo, in overtook by Google, just by two PhD students who never finished a PhD, and then just within 10 years. So you look at others, big players as well. So there's no permanent permanent dominant player within the digital economy. So we are talking about those who are willing to digitalize, who are willing to transform. There always will be opportunity. Okay. So I want to talk about the first steps, right? The Selangor SME Digitalization Matching Grant. It's quite similar to the National Matching Grant that we are providing 5 million matching grant, looking at benefiting 1,000 SMEs in 5 sectors in e-commerce, digital marketing, cloud accounting, HR payroll, and improves payment gateway. Because we think that this is very crucial, that these 5 areas that will at least give you a leg in terms of digitalizing your business. And then we have been organizing 10 to 15 forum already. We're including today maybe the 16th forum, talking to 70 to 80s, merchants out there, SMEs out there to digitalize your business. And we already done the batch 1. We're looking at batch 2. So you can still apply from actually we started with August 1st until October 31st. And the process is very simple. I think it's universal process. Look at the areas that you want to digitalize, and then choose the DSP, talk to the DSP, and then submit to, so that as soon as you get the application being approved, then send us the documentation activation, and then we'll release the grant. So we'll release the 50% of the grant. So you just pay only 50%, and the maximum amount is 5,000 ringgit, okay, per company. We already done the batch 1. So out of the 492, we approved 280, dispersed 1.2 million. And recently, up to date, I think we almost approved another 200 plus companies. So we're already at 2.2, 2.4 million already. So we still have something like 2.6 million for you to apply. So you can go to a link to apply for it. So I think the DSP application is already being passed through. So we're open for now currently for SME. So the SME eligibility is a simple operation, more than 1 year. basic, minimum annual sales turnover of 300,000. We know that a lot of business has suffered for the last 2 years. So you can actually send us the 2019, your annual sales turnover from 300,000 minimum and not exceeding 3 million. And then for company register in having a registered business in Selangor, or you have a business address in Selangor. So we try to be inclusive, okay? And then required documents, just audited financial statement, yes, written here 2020, but we accept 2019. Last 12 months of management account, and then send us the invoice as well that you have been chosen the field and also the DSP that you like to work with. So it's for both Sdn Bhd and sole propriety. And then I would like to take a bit of time to introduce some programs by Sidec. You can go to the Sidec website. So we have been here in Selangor, actively in Selangor for the last 5 years, organizing various forums and talks. In fact, we have organized our e-commerce class online as of this year. For the I think we have around 400 plus attendees in the class of yesterday. I think it's a 6 or 7 class already. And then we have also organized various overseas trip, taking our startups and also our SMEs in JD and Alibaba and also Silicon Valley, Google, Facebook, Apple, and also to our VCs. And then we have Pitch at Selangor, and also the largest business event of the year, which will be held in November soon, the 5th Selangor International Business Summit, where it's going to be happening at KLCC. We hope that the COVID situation would be able to subside at that, so they will be able to organize this business summit again. And then throughout the last 2 years, we have been with the support of Selangor government, we have able to conduct the Selangor e-Bazaar campaign for the 2020 and 2021. So we have onboarded almost 300,000 sellers. And then with 74,000 new sellers, located 7 million vouchers and generated 144 million of sales, and ripple effect is 2.95 billion to the economy. This is some of our achievement of success. Maybe some of you have joined our campaign. So that's Selangor e-Bazaar Raya 2020, November 11, 2020, Chinese New Year 2021, and e-Bazaar Raya 2021, the concluded. Okay. So these are the success of the campaign, and our sellers, including the sellers from a rural area, for example, Mr. Muhammad Ghazali, actually one of the sellers of sambal fried bitter ground from Sabak Benam. So he has been increased his sales of up to 3,000 ringgit per day after joining our campaign. So we have a free e-commerce class. You can still join us. We are organizing for the 5th years. So currently it's held online. So you can go to our website, okay, and then these are the date of the our classes being organizing. And then we used to have before the COVID, the Jelajah Usahawan Digital Selangor. We went to the second-tier cities of Selangor, talked to the SMEs or micro SMEs face to face, and then brought our service provider to them. And then we have also onboarding program, online hundreds and brands 100 program. We assist the SMEs who wanted to start to sell on marketplace and having their own full-fledged website. You can join us, write to us. And then we have organized the one and only Malaysia Top E-commerce Merchant Award to assist the up and coming homegrown e-commerce merchants, so that they will be assist them to do branding. They'll be recognized in the community as well. So we are organizing for the last 5 years. This year we will be going for the year number 6 as well. And that's all for me. So if you have any problems, if you have any challenge, please talk to us, write to us. We'll be gladly assist you. And then we hope that all of you would be joining our programs, either to e-commerce class, or the our onboarding program, and as well as our SME digitalization grant. Thank you.
Thanks, Kai Ping. Thanks so much. I think there's one or two questions for you, Kai Ping.
Yeah.
One of the questions I think is how does retail businesses benefit from digitalization? Could you share maybe some real life examples?
Yeah, I think we're talking about no more offline and online comparison. We are talking about OMO, or online and merging with the offline. Basically, it's saying that for example, that you have certain numbers of customers used to walk in, right? But then they have some data. You surely you have some data. So now the challenge is by using this data, we would able to organize. So your business, for example, your sales and marketing team will be able to organize all your data, the leads into cold leads, warm leads, and then those who are in your hot list, right? So by activating them, for example, if you have 8,000 customers, every year assume they can spend 200 ringgit with you. So you already will projected sales of around 16 million, right? So to do that, to make sure this 8,000 people to really, become your customers, spend 200 ringgit with you for your products. So that you were able to lock in the 16 million sales. So you need to able to organize all your data, basically CRM software, okay, and with a digital tool, so that you will be able to consistently, talk to them. For example, you design 10 or 20, copywriting, live stream or program and stuff like that, touching all the 800, customers, 8,000 customers, and then see who is the most frequent active guy. So that's the hot lead. And then some guys, maybe you send them 8 or 9, 10, through WhatsApp, through your social medias. They may open half, so that's warm, and that's cold, right? So you should spend time to not only make sure the active, the hot leads are working with you through social media. So you'll be able to get as many other contacts as well, so that they would, become your ambassador. They already converted, become your ambassador, and then you try to convert the so-called the warm leads, right? So that at the end, of course, you tackle the cold lead. So for example, I think this is a common process now for those who do. So basically, you are doing, like it or not, in a way that we are focusing on using the digital tools, using the data, analyze your customer. For example, your customer from, what's their presence, what time they open their, the things that the publicity material, that EDM, stuff like that, you send to them, and what's their preferences and stuff like that, what's their persona. So understanding that, and then you'll be able to conversion happen, and then also through introduction and stuff like that, you'll be able to get more customers from their friends as well. So we're talking about not something which is a rocket science, but something is quite tedious at first, but through the digital tools, through the digitalization process, you're able to organize them, and by organizing them, you'll be able to monitor getting the data. Okay, that as of now, mooncake season, right? So you know certain types of mooncakes appeal to certain age group, right? Okay, certain types of mooncake, more fancy kind of mooncakes, maybe to younger people, or the more traditional mooncakes, but then more expensive, in terms of the pricing and stuff like that, may appeal to middle age and above. They like certain ones. So you'll be able to know that what kind of product and how much the cost you're going to spend, so that you would achieve your target sales. So by doing that, basically you are moving towards automation. You don't need so much to keep on employing so much people to do that, but keep on having this structure, this system. You'll be able to project your sales every year, and then from that you get the data, and then you know that why is my sales not happening? Am I sending the wrong message, and I'm not touching the hearts of the customers? So when you look at the whole digital business digitalization process, the digital presence, the digital business and stuff like that, digital marketing, digital presence like that, you are actually practically doing that. So I've just described from a retail point of view, how to build this so-called, actually is more or less a subscription system, but through automation process and getting this data.
Thanks, Kai Ping. Okay, I think there's only one more question left. Some traditional SMEs fear the cost of digitalization will be way too high. How does the Sidec grant help to alleviate these concerns?
I think practical saying, just like whatever grant the government giving to you and stuff like that, it wouldn't it just help you with assist you with with a limb or a leg only. It wouldn't nobody is going to give you the money so that you will be able to organize everything, right? So you still need to put in the effort. But what we do is actually, it's not the money that that is important. It's actually this community. What I think the fear, the uncertainty is caused by because you never done it before. And so I think what we are organizing it, we're bringing two groups together. Some of the successful, the guys who have successfully done the digitalization, and also through our groups of experienced vendors, DSP as well. So to bring these two groups together. So the application doesn't mean that after you successfully apply and then the whole thing is finished. But actually you are joining this community. So keep on talking. We will be talking to you, and then you can send us questions. So we will try to giving some sort of mentorship and support as well, pointing you to the right guys so that they will be able to share with you. So the importance of the a webinar like this is not to tell you that where you can get this money, where you can get this, right? But the important is that to share what's the kind of practical problem you're facing. If you are in retail, if you are in for example, if you are in the clothing business, you don't know how do you do live stream, how do you achieve all these target breakthrough or to the older audience who doesn't know how to use a more advanced tool, but they say they are relying on WhatsApp. So how do you make the conversion happen? How do you make the link it up to all your, so that you will be able to synchronize all your EDM and stuff like that, so that they would be able to use a shopping chart and also payment gateway inside the WhatsApp as well. So I think these are the practical questions that actually we hope to being able to talk to you, and then to find the suitable. For example, some people have done that before. Some vendors has a specialty in certain things doing that, because F&B business, retail business, clothing business are different. So there will be no one size fit all. The important is to actually been talking to each other, and then look at how your peer has been doing it, and then you tweak it, and then so that it will be suitable for you. Right? I hope it helps. Yeah.
Thanks, Kai Ping. All right, I think is there okay. One more question, but I think this one is to yourself or Amdac can answer as well. Do you all provide entrepreneur workshop or course for those not yet start up business or registered business but keen to start up a business? Do you all product Kai Ping, do you product anything like that?
Yeah, I think you can join our e-commerce class as free. That's elementary, e-commerce class. It will be going on, and then if you and then from there you'll be able to talk to our speaker and stuff like that. We'll also have masterclass later, and then conference to join us at the November conference as well. And then for those of you who are interested to to start your startup, you can join our Selangor Accelerator Program. In fact, our Selangor Accelerator Program is almost finishing the programs as well. We have 3 more classes to go. So we have been chosen from 165 applicants. We narrowed down to 30 startups this year. But then all our classes is all live stream. It's free online. You can look at our Sidec FB. So there's no requirement, for you to apply for it. Just watch it. And then we also have Sidec TV on YouTube, and also on just type in Sidec TV. We have all our last 5 years of all the 195 or more 200 class of e-commerce class or for our Selangor Accelerator Program, the class as well as the PowerPoint is all up there. So the material is there. So you can just watch it, joining our class anytime, anywhere.
Thanks. How about, I think, Yazmeen or Stanley, do you all want to take this question as well?
Yeah, so as mentioned just now, you can register for the e-Usahawan program, but you would have to wait because we have, predetermined time slots for that. Or another way is just go on to the e-commerce learning management system and you can access all the learning materials there. That one will just give you a guide. You will still need to, talk to people and see what's on YouTube, and there's a lot more other resources you can find online as well. But if you need more help, join the Belanjawan 21 campaign, where there's more effort from the teams and also partners like e-marketplaces and e-commerce enablers to help you. All right, that's from e-commerce. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Yazmeen. So I think that's all the questions we have today. All right. So just before, I think it's good timing to end 5:30 today. So I think thank you again very much to our speakers, Stanley, Yazmeen, and Kai Ping. Thanks so much for your time, for joining us today. And thank you also to our participants who stayed all the way to the end of the program. Now, if you have any questions, you're not sure about anything today, I invite you to connect with us. That's my contact number there, and my team, Kelvin and Ken, will be more than happy to assist you in anything that you've seen today. We recorded this session, so once we clean it up, we'll be actually posting it on our YouTube. And then we ask for one thing for the participants that are here. Could you please give us a feedback on the webinar today by scanning the QR code or actually going to the link as there, and provide us feedback so that we can look at more interesting programs for you and answer any of your questions that you may have. Other than that, I think I thank you very much for your time today. And Dr. William, would you like to say anything before we end today?
Just a quick note again to thank all the speakers. I think we must all appreciate the fact that some of the speakers I keep seeing every day. Like Kai Ping, I know, for example, almost every day he's actually on some kind of a webinar to share all the help and so on. I think this is very important because all this take a lot of effort, and I think we really should record our thanks for all this effort despite the pandemic and so difficult to go around and so on. All of them are actually making a lot of effort to help the SMEs. So once again, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks so much, Dr. William. Thanks to everyone again for your time. Again, I invite you to please give us the feedback by scanning the QR code. And anything, please reach out to us. We are here to assist you in any areas that you want. If you have questions about whether it's whatever the programs are available from Mdec or Sidec, or even any questions about joining SAMENTA and what other future programs we have, please connect with us. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care and stay safe.